What's up, my friends? I just took an Uber 30 miles to get home because I got a flat tire on the way home from a social event. And here I am making a video for me. I mean, it's for you, but it's for me. I mean, if you're choosing to do something after getting a flat tire at midnight and taking a Uber ride 30 miles to get home, and you choose to do something, you're probably doing it for yourself. But hopefully you enjoy it too. How you doing? I am Ellis. This is Angelina Jordan, rehearsal for Quincy Jones concert. Obviously Quincy Jones. If you don't know Quincy Jones, you gotta look Quincy Jones up. But also, I can recommend a book, Q on Producing. I think it's a multiple series or something. I didn't know that until I just looked it up right now to make sure I wasn't bullshitting you. But Q on Producing, read it in music school. Excellent, excellent book. I still have it somewhere. Back when you used to actually read books. Anyways, let's go.
Fly me to the moon, folks. It's around about track 3 or 4 in the pack.
Obviously, the amount of people it takes to like crush a big production. It's been a few years since I've been in something like, obviously I've never worked with Quincy Jones, I'm not gonna lie to you, but I've been in pretty large groups getting things done. Probably the biggest would be like 200 people, 200 person performance. And it is really nuts. And I don't know if you guys know this, but the way it worked for us is you didn't see everybody until the week of the show. So you'd prepare beforehand, in some cases for a couple of months independently or with your section of performers. And then the week of the performance, you'd actually have rehearsal with everyone. So it's kind of like the first time you get to hear everything sound the way it's supposed to. And then, you know, dress rehearsal and a couple of performances. Kind of nuts. Kind of miss those days, man. Sounds like upright bass is tuning, and we heard some sound like muted trumpet. Also forget that there's just random sounds going on. Everyone's got to get their junk together. I wonder if they'll do what we usually had before, is the first violin would send out a note for everyone to tune to. I wonder if they do that in a setting like this. I think one time we also, every other time in my life, first violin, here's the note. I think one time we had like a woodwind do it. I don't know why. Oh, please don't play Fly Me to the Moon because I'm gonna get a copyright strike. That sounded like Fly Me to the Moon. I'm not responsible for the devastation that takes place if they play a copyrighted version of Fly Me to the Moon.
Guys, is anyone able to nudge anyone else? Yeah. I'm on a quite tight schedule today, so we only can take 15 breaks.
Okay, all of this is taking so long, it's just making like stories pop up in my head. So the way everyone's dressed right now, because it's not a live performance. I mean, it is a live, but it's not a live performance to an audience. is the first time I ever saw that. I was not a part of anything like that. I was I think I was 16 years old, and someone had a connection to Yo-Yo Ma's dress rehearsal and was like, hey man, if you can get here at this time, he's going to be playing through all the stuff he's going to be playing on the actual concert night. I don't at all remember what he's playing. You know, probably some big old symphonic works, and then he probably did some solo Bach stuff on cello. But I remember being shocked when I walked in, because as a guitarist, you don't really hang out with the orchestra. At least, definitely not me at 16. And I remember being shocked that everyone was in like t-shirts and jeans. And in fact, Yo-Yo Ma was wearing a white t-shirt and a pair of blue jeans. And that was it. And to me, it was actually more breathtaking, because when people look professional, you assume professional. So you're used to that black tie, that tux look. And to watch Yo-Yo Ma destroy the cello in a white t-shirt and jeans, being super, super relaxed, that was like, it's one of those cool moments where you're like, whatever this is, I want to be a part of it at whatever level I can be, because this is just absolutely amazing. It sounds like it's gonna be climbing to the moon. Why would it not be? I've never had a director set the tempo up for that long.
Track 2, track 2.
Director, conductor, who are gonna, I assume he's gonna conduct? Band leader, director, conductor. How many, they make up new titles for everything.
Guys, go repeat on the first 4 bars. Take out the repeat.
Yep, that happens all day. Keep your pencils with you, change your score. Sorry, y'all probably gonna be bored to tears, but I don't know how people mark the score. Like, you gotta mark your score whatever gets the message across to you. So if someone was to say take no repeat, I would probably put an X through the repeat and then draw arrows pointing to it. Because sometimes when you cross out like a note or a repeat, just from habit, you play it anyways. So I would probably like put an X and then have a whole bunch of huge arrows that hopefully I would see the arrow before my eyes went, you know, because you're always kind of reading in front of where you are a little bit.
We're going to put sliding to the moon, nice and light. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
And, oh, no conducting. I would assume he's gonna cut it. Maybe he's not. He's gonna probably keep going. maybe this is the end of a rehearsal. They sound absolutely fantastic, but this has to be the end. Every rehearsal I'm ever been in, bro, you're not playing that long before dude cuts you off and rebalances something, changes a phrasing. The only thing he changed was the lack of a repeat. And he gave cues that were already coming. I mean, he gave cues that you could tell the performer's already, he wasn't, you get what I'm saying? He wasn't cueing them to change something. Here's the thing you're gonna do. Here, do it now. He went from not cueing anything really in time to the very end with the little boop, boop, boop. That's kind of cool. He really didn't cue like anything in time when it's supposed to happen until the very end. Back that up. That's awesome, dude. That's so much fun. Also, something like I probably didn't convey it, well, because I didn't say it. Usually, whoever is up there in front of the band is magnificently badass at what they do. Like on another level. Typically. It's typically the case. So that gentleman is probably a complete monster. But usually you don't get to be you're not good, you're not great. You usually, I'm used to the classical world, but usually you were one of the best ever at what you did and eventually would make your way up there to be the conductor. So that dude's he probably whipped him into shape earlier. And those are all pros, so they probably are already in shape. He whips him into shape a little bit as far as the balance and dynamics and the phrasing and the speed and blah, 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 blah. And they probably already knocked out the rehearsals and we're seeing the final version. However, I'm more interested in seeing the wreckage and the carnage beforehand. Like, nah, trumpets, too loud. That's too much of that. What's that tempo? Hey, basses, you're a little bit too far ahead. Blah, 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 this and this and this. And you guys are coming in. I know you're coming in on time, but would you come in a little bit behind the beat or come in a little ahead of the beat or take your cues from this section. However we happen to be performing this night, make sure you're balanced with this. Or we want all of you violins, some of you are being a little too aggressive or a little too soft. We want you to sound like one huge, massive violin. That's the part that like I always just enjoyed watching because it's not something I ever do. As a guitarist, you don't get to do anything. My experience with the orchestras is, what is my experience? Largely vocal, mostly vocal. Oh, with the guitar being a big band, but big band's not the same. It's a big band, but it's not the same. But in the big band, you do have like a pretty large horn section. Whatever. I'm like a old dude telling war stories. I'm out of here. I love y'all. I'm out.